Welcome to Geo English Stories. Let's get started. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. If you have not seen the first story, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the link is in the description. Chapter 1. The Worst Birthday and a Strange Guest. Harry hated July. Every year, it meant endless days stuck with his grumpy Uncle Vernon, screechy Aunt Petunia, and spoiled Cousin Dudley. Unlike the magical world at Hogwarts, the Dursleys' house felt like a dull, dusty cupboard. Today, July 31st, was even worse. It was Harry's birthday, and no card or present had arrived. No owl swooped in with a letter from his best friends, Ron and Hermione. A heavy feeling of loneliness settled in his stomach. Had they forgotten him already? As Harry moped in the garden, a pair of giant green eyes blinked at him from the hedge. He jumped back, his heart pounding. Was it someone from Hogwarts? But before he could get closer, Dudley lumbered out, poking fun at Harry for having no birthday treats. Frustrated, Harry pretended to use magic to scare Dudley away. Aunt Petunia, furious, punished Harry with extra chores. By dinner, he was exhausted, with only 2 measly slices of bread and a lump of cheese as his reward. Uncle Vernon, stressed about an upcoming business dinner, locked Harry in his room with strict instructions: stay quiet, and pretend he didn't exist. But Harry couldn't relax. He felt a strange presence in the room, a prickling sensation that wouldn't go away. Just as darkness fell, a tiny creature with enormous ears and batty wings landed on Harry's desk. It wore a filthy pillowcase for a dress. Harry stared, speechless. "Hello," Harry mumbled, unsure if he was dreaming. The creature held up a hand, its big eyes wide. "Harry Potter, Dobby has come to warn you. Dobby is a good elf." This strange birthday twist left Harry more confused than ever. Who was Dobby? And what kind of warning did he bring? Chapter 2. Dobby's Warning. Harry couldn't believe his eyes. A small, green creature with floppy ears and big, watery eyes stood on his desk, looking nervous. It held out a bony hand, a strange kind of hat covering its head. "Hello," Harry stammered, his voice barely a whisper. Was he dreaming? The creature shook its head fiercely. "Harry Potter, Dobby has come to warn you," it squeaked. "Dobby is a good elf." Harry sat up straighter, his curiosity piqued. "Warn me about what?" "Hogwarts is a bad place," Dobby cried, hopping from one foot to the other. "Danger there. You must not go back." Harry frowned. Hogwarts was his school, a place filled with magic and friends. Why would it be dangerous? But Dobby. "Why?" he asked, trying to sound brave. The creature clapped its hands tightly together. "Secret. Dobby can't tell. Just listen. Stay home. Safe at home." Dobby seemed very worried, its big eyes wide with fear. Harry still didn't understand, but Dobby's panic was contagious. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed through the room. Dobby vanished with a pop. Harry jumped, his heart racing. In the doorway stood Uncle Vernon, his face red with anger. "What was all that noise, boy? Talking in your sleep again?" he boomed. Harry shook his head, his voice trembling slightly. "No, Uncle Vernon. Just a bad dream." The following days were tense. Uncle Vernon seemed even grumpier than usual, muttering about troublesome boys and strange noises. Harry couldn't shake Dobby's warning or the feeling that something bad was coming. One stormy night, a loud crash jolted Harry awake. He sat up, peering out the window. He saw something dark and shadowy flitting away from the house. Was it Dobby? And what was going on at Hogwarts? Despite Dobby's message, a spark of excitement flickered within Harry. Hogwarts, with all its wonder and danger, called to him. His summer vacation might be over soon, and whatever awaited him at school, he wouldn't face it alone. He had friends there, and maybe even a tiny house elf looking out for him, however strange that may be. Chapter 3: Escape to the Burrow. The days dragged on. Harry felt like a caged owl, yearning for the freedom and magic of Hogwarts. Dobby's warning echoed in his mind, but so did the memory of his friends and adventures. He couldn't stay cooped up any longer. One day, a strange sound woke Harry. It was a rumbling, scraping noise coming from outside his window. He peeked out and gasped. A flying car, an old, beat-up Ford Anglia, hovered precariously in the air, its headlights cutting through the night. Suddenly, the window smashed open. Two figures tumbled in, landing with a yelp. "Ron!" Harry exclaimed, recognizing his freckled best friend. Beside him stood Ron's older brother, Fred, with a mischievous grin. "Happy birthday, Harry!" Ron shouted, grinning broadly. It turned out Ron and his brothers had heard about Dobby's visit from a magical radio. Worried for Harry, they'd decided to rescue him. With hearts pounding, they piled into the flying car. The journey was bumpy and nerve-wracking, but Harry loved it. He soared through the night sky, a feeling of freedom washing over him. They landed safely in a field behind a crooked, ramshackle house. This was the Burrow, Ron's family home. It was filled with warmth, laughter, and a whole Weasley family welcoming Harry with open arms. Mrs. Weasley, Ron's mom, fussed over Harry, feeding him a delicious supper. He met all of Ron's siblings, the mischievous twins, George and Fred, the quiet Percy, the bookish Ginny, and the youngest, Ron. That night, as Harry snuggled under a pile of cozy blankets, he felt a million miles away from the Dursleys. He was safe, surrounded by friends and kindness. He told them about Dobby's warning, and although they found it strange, they promised to figure it out together. The adventure was truly back on. With Hogwarts looming and a mystery to solve, Harry knew this wouldn't be a normal school year. But with friends by his side, he was ready to face whatever danger awaited. Chapter 4: Back at Hogwarts. Excitement crackled in the air as Harry, Ron, and Hermione boarded the Hogwarts Express. The summer at the Burrow was a joyful blur, filled with laughter and stories whispered in the attic room they shared. But Hogwarts, with its towering castle and magical secrets, always held a special place in their hearts. The train journey was filled with chatter and updates. Hermione, ever the planner, had already researched Dobby's warning and found nothing about any dangers at Hogwarts. Could it be a mistake? As they stepped onto platform 9 3/4, a sense of familiarity washed over them. Hogwarts, grand and beautiful, stood tall against the crisp autumn sky. New faces mixed with familiar ones as they entered the Great Hall. There was a buzz of excitement, everyone was eager to start the new term. But something felt different. A strange inscription had appeared on the wall: "The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware." Nobody knew what it meant, but a chill ran down Harry's spine. Could it be connected to Dobby's warning? During a herbology class, a terrifying event unfolded. As they studied mandrakes, shriveled, screeching plants that could be fatal if exposed too long, Harry felt a strange prickling sensation. He fainted, and when he woke up, he found out he could speak Parseltongue, the language of snakes. Professor Dumbledore, the wise headmaster, reassured everyone, but Harry couldn't shake off the feeling that something evil lurked within the castle walls. He shared his worries with Ron and Hermione, and they vowed to investigate the Chamber of Secrets together. Days turned into weeks. The inscription on the wall felt like a constant threat. Then, rumors of students being petrified started to spread. One by one, students were found frozen, their faces filled with silent screams. Fear gripped Hogwarts. What was attacking the students? And was it somehow connected to the Chamber of Secrets? Harry, with a newfound determination and his friends by his side, knew he had to unravel the mystery before it was too late. Chapter 5: A Hagrid with a Secret. The petrified students and the cryptic message on the wall continued to haunt Hogwarts. Harry, Ron, and Hermione felt a growing sense of urgency. They had to find a way to stop the attacks and decipher the secrets of the chamber. During a Care of Magical Creatures lesson, Hagrid, the friendly groundskeeper, seemed more nervous than usual. As they learned about blast-ended scroots, ferocious creatures Hagrid had raised, Harry noticed a strange glint in Hagrid's eyes. Later that night, Harry, Ron, and Hermione decided to visit Hagrid in his cabin. They found him pacing, muttering to himself. He looked startled to see them. "Shouldn't be here," Hagrid mumbled, his voice thick with worry. But Harry, ever curious, pressed on. "Hagrid, what's wrong? Are you okay?" Hagrid hesitated, then sighed. "Chamber of Secrets," he muttered, wiping a tear from his eye. "Didn't mean to tell anyone. Had a pet back then. Acromantula, biggest beauty you ever saw, blamed for opening the chamber last time." Hagrid's words sent a jolt through them. Acromantula? Could Hagrid's giant spider be the culprit this time too? But Hagrid, Hermione chimed in, "Acromantulas are supposed to live in the Forbidden Forest, not in the castle." Hagrid hung his head. "Wasn't in the castle then," he admitted. 50 years ago, another chamber opening." Harry, Ron, and Hermione exchanged worried glances. It turned out the Chamber of Secrets wasn't some ancient legend, it was a recurring threat. But why did Hagrid keep this secret for so long? And how did it connect to the attacks happening now? Before they could ask further, Fang, Hagrid's boarhound, started barking wildly. Footsteps approached the cabin. "Someone's coming," Hagrid whispered, his eyes wide. He quickly ushered them out the back door and into the darkness. The revelation from Hagrid had given them a new piece of the puzzle. But the mystery deepened. Who else knew about the chamber's previous opening? And more importantly, who was attacking the students now? With a growing sense of danger and a renewed determination, Harry, Ron, and Hermione knew they had to find the answers, and fast. Chapter 6: A Forbidden Library and a Whispering Diary. Driven by Hagrid's confession, Harry, Ron, and Hermione decided to delve deeper into Hogwarts history. Their destination: the restricted section of the library. The restricted section was shrouded in an air of mystery. Whispers said it housed dangerous books filled with forbidden knowledge. But with the chamber's history at stake, they felt the risk was worth taking. With a sprinkle of Hermione's invisibility potion, they snuck past Madame Pince, the stern librarian. The restricted section was a maze of dusty books, many bound in ominous black leather. Hermione scanned the shelves, her brow furrowed in concentration. Finally, she pulled out a thick, ancient volume. It was titled Secrets of the Noblest House of Black. As they skimmed through the book, they learned about the Black family, a powerful wizarding lineage believed to be obsessed with pureblood magic. One name jumped out: Tom Riddle. Intrigued, they continued their search. In a dusty corner, Hermione stumbled upon a hidden compartment. Inside lay a worn leather diary. Its pages were blank, yet a warm tingling sensation emanated from it. Driven by curiosity, Harry picked it up. As he touched it, a faint inscription appeared on the cover: Tom Marvolo Riddle. The name sent shivers down Harry's spine. Back in their dorm room, they decided to take turns writing in the diary. To their surprise, whenever they wrote, an answer appeared in a different, swirling handwriting. The diary entries revealed a dark past. Tom Riddle, a Hogwarts student 50 years ago, had opened the Chamber of Secrets and unleashed a creature that petrified students. He blamed a student named Hagrid and his pet Acromantula for the attacks. Chilling realization struck them: Tom Riddle might be responsible for the attacks happening now, but how? And what connection did this diary have to the chamber and its secrets? Suddenly, the diary grew hot in Harry's hand. The inscription flickered. Tom Riddle changed to Lord Voldemort. A gasp escaped Hermione's lips. Voldemort, the darkest wizard of all time? But isn't he supposed to be gone? The diary's answer sent a wave of fear through them. Not gone, just waiting for the chamber to be opened once more. The diary, imbued with a dark presence, had revealed a terrifying truth. The Chamber of Secrets was not just a historical footnote, it was a ticking time bomb, and Tom Riddle, or perhaps someone acting in his name, was determined to unleash its horrors again. Harry clenched the diary tightly. They had stumbled upon a dangerous secret, one that could put Hogwarts and its students in grave danger. Now they had to find a way to stop it before it was too late. The weight of their discovery settled heavily on Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Tom Riddle, or Voldemort as the diary revealed, was somehow behind the attacks. But how was a diary connected to the chamber? And what was the monster lurking within? We will find out in our next video. Stay tuned. If you have not subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you will be notified when we upload our next video. Don't forget to like this video. Thanks and see you in my next video.